Hey guys, this is Julie
And Jane.
from Connecting Japan.
And Charlotte.
And we're sorry we haven't done a video in a while, but we've been incredibly busy. So this is our Father's Day edition, a belated August Q&A. We get questions from you guys all the time, not necessarily on social media, but in person. So we have a special interviewer today, special guest, not Charlotte, obviously. And they're going to ask us some questions about us because we'd like you to get to know us a little bit and not just our ministry.
And the interesting thing is, we don't know what she's going to ask.
So
there could be anything asked.
Neither do I.
So without further ado, let's get into it.
Okay, fire away.
Okay, we'll start off. Where are you two from?
I am from a little town called Ferntree at the bottom of the Mount Dandenong Ranges in Victoria.
I'm from New South Wales. I was originally born in Nowra, lived on the south coast and lived on the beach all my life until I uprooted and moved down to Victoria.
When did you two meet?
Not long after I moved to Victoria. I moved to Victoria in December 1987 and we met in February 1988 up in Jamison.
February the 20th, and it was, without going into a long explanation or God moment, God had showed me that he was the one I was meant to be with.
And she didn't want that.
I had an argument with God and I lost. Suffice to say, the first part of our relationship was via correspondence by letter. Dun dun dun. Doesn't exist much anymore. But while we don't have the letters anymore, it was a really special part of our relationship.
Yeah.
What is the first anime that you have watched?
Well, back before there was streaming services and I had a whole 3 or 4 channels of TV at home, the very first thing I can ever remember that I would call actual anime and not just cartoon was Akira, which is quite a big thing to watch as your first anime.
Me too!
Oh, well, there you go.
Me too! I was so scared. For those who haven't watched it, it's kind of very intense, but from an artistic point of view, the graphics are phenomenal.
Considering how old it is, it was very well done, and yeah.
Yeah. Don't recommend a child watch it. You have to be a mature person to watch it.
Close your eyes.
What is your current favorite anime?
Oh, gosh.
Look, I watch a lot. I sort of skip around, but if I had to say favourites, definitely Jujutsu Kaisen. And no, it's not Detective Conan, as my interviewer was wanting me to say.
One Piece, without question. My husband has a Crunchyroll, a full account. I don't. So I only watch it in bits and snips and pieces. I do believe the actual proper One Piece anime is a lot better than live, but I'm kind of warming up to the live now. So
To each their own.
Yeah.
Oh, she's losing her brain for question.
The interviewer's just rebooting her brain right now.
When did you get your dog Charlotte?
It actually was a February moment. So Charlotte has her own Instagram page, Charlotte's Capers. If you're not following it, you can do that. A lot of her story is up there with a 4th owner. Unfortunately, the original owner was too sick. Her son took the dog on, probably relatively early, but a little dog with 6 big dogs is not a great experience.
So we've had it for what, 2.5?
2.5 years,
2.5 years now, yeah.
Yeah, and then a guy with Parkinson's had her, and that's how we met her. She didn't really have much love to begin with me, but now she loves females a lot and doesn't like males.
She won't let me go anywhere near my own wife. So, I mean,
yeah, well, she's part Chihuahua, and they are quite angry little individuals.
But she's a gorgeous dog.
Yes, she's been a great addition to the house.
What is your favorite food to eat?
Well,
right now? Or like,
I'll break this down into a couple of parts. If I just said favourite thing I like eating, chocolate, which is bad. But if I had to say perhaps more like, I love spaghetti bolognese, which I also cook. But if I go to the Japanese side of it, then I would say I definitely love me Japanese curry. It's just a whole different ball game. I love spicy curries too, but the Japanese curries are generally more milder, but I find them very flavoursome. So yeah, Japanese curries definitely, or a good spaghetti bolognese.
oh gosh, I like all food, but if it was Japanese, tonkotsu ramen. For those who don't know, in Australia, pork is really expensive. I mean, cheap meals are probably beef and chicken, but pork is expensive. So any chance we get to eat something like that, I love it. So not good for your weight waistline though.
I wish I could have a remote to turn the camera view around to see what the interviewer is doing behind the camera, making faces at the poor puppy dog.
How many times have you been to Japan and when were they?
I'll answer the first part. Twice. There we go. You can answer the rest.
2018, we were invited by Fiona and Eugene Gabert and their family. They've actually returned to Australia. Was it this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, this year. For a fact-finding trip, and Heather, our youngest, was with us. It was 5.5 days, so we had to scramble a lot in that period of time. Yeah, we did go. I did go to a cat cafe, and I wish I had some filming of that. But summer in Japan, there are lots of semi, which is the Japanese word for cicada, and they're super noisy. We lost a lot of footage on that trip, and I'm kind of bummed about that. And then this year, you've seen the video, Chiba, Tokyo, Fuji, Yoshida, Amori, Asakusa. We covered over 3 prefectures easily.
We covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah. And of course, our interviewer, she went to Tottori to see Detective Conan.
Yeah, so it was, I think for a lot of us this year, not just our daughter and us, our eldest daughter also got to achieve a dream of seeing snow in Japan. A lot of us got to tick off a lot of boxes this year, so I guess we can feel really accomplished, can't we? Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, I think our interviewer's died. No, she's alive.
How many children do you have?
Well, depends whether you count this one.
Yes.
If we count this one, 4.
4 if we count this one.
Yeah.
We have 3 daughters. One is behind the camera right now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yep.
And that's been an adventure in itself.
Yes, she's our textbook daughter. Our eldest is Colleen, so she works casually, and our middle daughter doesn't live with us at home.
We got her at 1.
And she's engaged to be married, and she's a cafe manager.
Okay. Have you broken any bones?
No.
Yes.
No, I've never broken a bone.
Yes. Yes.
I have.
Yes.
I have. I wish I had the picture of it. I had an X-ray done once that showed a massive crack in one of my bones, but it was what doctors call a growing crack. They talk about people when they're, especially kids, have a growth spurts. My growth spurt was too fast and my body couldn't keep up, so the bone actually split apart and had to catch up to itself. So yeah, I didn't actually break a bone, but I had a big crack in one of my bones because I was growing too quick at the time.
Let's see, I've broken my right toe. I've actually, which was pretty bad.
Toes are painful.
I cracked my head open when I was in grade 6, doing a silly manoeuvre, doing high jump indoors. Yeah, and I think I had 2 dogs run over the top of me, and I'm pretty sure that while it wasn't a full break, it hurt.
Oh, crack, yeah.
It hurt a lot.
I did get run over by a motorbike and didn't break a bone, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not as bad as my cousin. He was terrible. He was like,
Uh-oh.
he broke collarbones and all sorts of things.
If you're wondering what all these weird noises are, that's our interviewer having an attack at the moment.
I have hiccups.
It's okay. You know we're not going to do really.
Okay, next
really,
up.
Really
What
shit
is your favorite color?
blue?
Mine sort of changes around, but I'm getting a look. It has changed from time to time, but probably red is the main one if I had to stick with a particular colour. But it does sort of fluctuate a little.
Incidentally, my maiden name, my family colour is blue, and his is red. So, yeah, kind of makes sense.
Uh-oh.
She's rebooting again.
If you could live anywhere in the world,
Japan.
where in Japan would it be?
Oh gosh, look, to be honest, we've only seen, there's 48 prefectures in Japan, and we've only seen
A few.
4 of them, so we've still got another 44 to go.
A lot depends on what... We probably wouldn't want to be north of Japan because... obviously in winter in northern Japan it gets very cold, very snowy, and that's something that Julie doesn't like too much. But we'd probably be more centralised. It also makes it easier for transport then if you want to go either way or whatever. But yeah, I mean we did a random thing due to my work. My work's the company I work for has got arms all over the world, and they've got offices in Japan and a few in Yokohama. So we've sort of considered the Yokohama region. But obviously we get the opportunity to move to Japan. We would then sit down and really have a good look at exactly where we'd want to be going.
Yeah, I mean, Yokohama's a little bit cheaper than Tokyo, although
Tokyo is Tokyo.
Although Fukuoka's even cheaper again. Would we go back to Fukuoka? Oh, yeah, definitely. But look, we would like to go places that there really aren't any of the big churches. So currently in Japan, there is a Penny who we visited in Aomori. Alex Lowe, he's in Osaka. Amy's in Nagasaki. So I guess we would prefer the East Coast, but really it's not up to us. It's up to God where He sends us.
And an interview a question at our interviewer: where would you want to live in Japan?
Tottori!
Yeah, that's a cool place too.
She loves.
Although I
Detective
don't know if
Conan,
there's any churches in that region. We'll have to find that out. For those who don't know, for us to get to that point, if you're watching us and you know pastors in Japan that would love us, drop us a comment or message us, because that's one of the things we need to get to live in Japan.
She's looking around the house trying to find questions. It's a weird thing to do for my thinking, but
maybe she's trying to look at what our pastimes are, because we're very different people.
What is the best job you've ever worked at?
Oh gosh. Oh, there's a few of them actually. Ironically for me, both of them have been based in shipping. My family, historically speaking, has a pretty big history with that. One was a company that's now an RTO in Melbourne, and that was mainly shipping. The last job I had obviously was a really good job. Ideally, walking on concrete, though, is really bad for your feet, so that's the reason why I'm not working there.
For me, I definitely have to say when I was working for a cabinet maker, I literally walked in there with no real experience apart from doing woodwork all through high school, but he thought that sounded good. I obviously had an interest in it, and I was working in building stuff from the day I started, basically. I never went through an apprenticeship. I never went through, I get to sweep the floors all day. I was literally making stuff from day one, and because I do love working with my hands, I do love making things, it was a great job, and unfortunately, The business wasn't able to survive due to other constraints, but I would have to say it definitely was the best job that I had. That, yeah, if I could have just kept doing that sort of thing all my life, I probably would have.
Who do you think between the two of you is the better cook?
I can cook. Don't get me wrong. I can cook, and I do cook. But this woman, she makes great food.
Yeah.
I just need to get her to make me some chocolate fudge slice
Yeah.
and homemade. And here we go. Apple pie. Apple pies are great. We buy some apple pies from the shops. That's fair enough. But when she makes apple pie, she makes it from scratch. The pastry from scratch. No bought-in pastry, no nothing. The whole thing is from scratch. And it is delicious. And if she makes it, I'm not letting anyone else try it. I'm eating the whole thing.
I had a couple of years in the Army Reserve as catering corps. I did decline going to regular Army. I'm kind of glad I did. But
Well, I've seen you.
But the thing is, well, that was part of it too, because, you know, family would have been passed around from pillar to post a lot. But yeah, I did perfect my cooking a lot there. A lot. They teach you a lot of the good basics and a lot of the shortcuts. Yeah.
If you had to visit a country that wasn't Japan, which one would you go to?
I'd like to go to Ireland, of course. My family heritage is Irish. I mean, I've got other heritages in my family, but my paternal heritage family line is Irish, and I would love to go there and have a look. I mean, I've seen photos and stuff of the country, and it is a gorgeous country. So I would definitely love to go there and just have a good look around.
I'd like to go to France. I know people say that the French are really snotty and everything, but like Japan, they have a lot of national pride. I can fluently speak French, so that'd be pretty good. Yeah, that would probably freak them out a bit because they go, oh my goodness, a Westerner that really speaks French. But yeah, that would be great, I think. So, but for us moving forward, Japan is where we ultimately want to be. Yeah.
And holiday off in some other places like
Yeah.
Ireland and France. And
Yeah. But we did promise our friends who live in Vietnam that
yes, we've got to try and visit Vietnam at some point.
yeah, it's been on the cards for quite a long time that we're supposed to visit them. I mean, they've come back to Australia, 3 or 4 times, I
Yeah.
think now, and we have never visited Vietnam once.
And we would have to obviously go back to Thailand as well.
Yeah. Well,
Thailand is a lovely place.
we're hoping that will happen next year, but we'll wait and see. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, isn't it?
When did you both become Christian?
Do you want to go first or shall I?
Well,
Yours is a shorter story.
every story's short or long, as much as you want to say, but when I was a child, where I lived in New South Wales, I went to Sunday school, but I more went just because it was something to do on a Sunday, although I did enjoy it and had a lot of fun, and I learned a lot of, like, obviously when you go to Sunday school, you hear all the main Bible stories and that, so I knew all those growing up, but it wasn't really until I met this one that I started to really go to church, that was 1988 when we met, and then we started to go to church and stuff, so that was probably sort of really when I started to start my Christian walk, and this one's getting licky. What are you licking for?
I always had an awareness of God, but for me, my family weren't too keen on on going to church a lot of the time. If it fit in with everything, like my dad's hobbies and what he wanted to do, then it happens. I went to a beach outreach when I was 10, so it was probably the Christmas holidays, and really got to be exposed to it. And then I had religious instruction in grade 5. And then I met God when I was 16 at a really dark point in my life. I never looked back, and I didn't really have anyone telling me about God, but I did have a lot of planted seeds along the way. But yeah, when God revealed that missions was the thing I'd be doing for the rest of my days, my only regret is not hearing that sooner and really embracing it. So, but yeah, it was a big journey.
Yeah. Well, I think that sort of wraps it up.
Yep.
That's a lot of weird and wonderful little bits of information about us.
Yeah, you can check out our actual video if you go to one of our About Us videos at the very start about how we became Connecting Japan and a few questions about ourselves. But if you want to keep contacting us, you know where to find us. We're on Instagram, Facebook, you're watching us on YouTube, we have our website, and we put up blogs from time to time, not as much as we could. Our next video will be on state conference, what you can do in Melbourne, and hopefully
coming up in a few weeks.
Hopefully we'll also go to the kimono exhibit at the National Gallery Victoria. And from all of us here,
check that one out.
we're all Connecting Japan. John Martin, we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.